Hello and welcome to the first week of season 16 of APA Classic. I am the against ItzWhateva, aka Ant, of the Misfits and his Sacramento Needle Kings. His team consists of Mega Alakazam, which is big scary. I don't really have to switch into it. Komodo, big scary if he gets a Clang or Souls. Don't really have to switch into that. But I can deal with it kind of. Obstagoon. Wait, who pinged me? Shut up. Um, Obstagoon can be kind of scary as a breaker, but I do have ways to deal with it no matter what, so that should be fine. Melodic, Registeel, Musteel are just really annoying defensively. Registeel is like the Lele and the Kartana check. Melodic, what does Melodic do? Melodic is just annoying, I guess. Melodic deals with like, I don't know. Melodic is annoying. I don't know specifically what it deals, but it's just annoying. Musteel kind of deals with Rotom Heat, I guess. Alolan Ninetale sets Veil is annoying. It's just a lot of annoying. And then Zatu is like the only hazard remover, which is kind of bad, but you know, I'll take advantage of that. Bolton is low-key kind of scary, and it shreds my entire team except for Rotom Heat. And no, it still shreds that, never mind. Go-Goat, decent grass type, not bad. I like Go-Go, but not its matchup this time. Because I have like a Kudra and it doesn't really do anything to it. Same for Heatmore. It's okay. It's an okay fart. It's not great. I wouldn't bring it if I was my opponent, but it's definitely not useless. The team I'm bringing is Choice, Bandit, Reckless, High Jump Kick, Hitmonlee, and then 3 moves that I probably won't click anyway. Mark Punch Priority, Suck Punch Priority, but specifically from Sam and Zatu, goes combat if I don't want to miss, and I don't need the power. I don't have terrain because Sam and terrain is scary, and that's why I can run just priority if I want to, and I want to, so I'm doing it. High Jump Kick just kills everything except Zatu. It really does. There is no fighting resist. Zatu is the only fighting resist. And if Zatu comes, I have things for Zatu too. It's not Zatu is like overall not the biggest threat, but it's just the only D4 that might come. Rotom Heat, heavy duty boots, the defog overheat voltage disarming voice with speed for Komodo. Wait, no. Maybe speed for like min speed Zatu, I'm not sure. Special attack for something, some role, I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember what the EVs are for. Max HP because I'm lazy. And defog for Veil and hazards, mostly Veil. Overheat breaks things like Registeel, does a good damage to Mudsteel, Alolan Ninetales, things like that. It's just good stab to have, although I don't have Nasty Plot. I almost ran Nasty Plot over Disarming Voice, but I don't think it was the play. Nasty Plot would have like counteracted the overheat drops a bit, but I prefer this set. Full Switch for Momentum and Disarming Voice to hit the Komodo even behind a substitute, so it can sub up against me and click Clangorous Soul because it will die before that even can happen. Since Clangorous Soul does do a third of your health damage to you. Then Garbodor. Garbodor is interesting. This thing with Payapa Berry and the Spadef I have, I lift any two psychic, I lift 2 psychics from Zatu. And I can run max attack Adamant. And then I 2-hit KO Zatu back with Payback. I almost 1-hit KO Mega Alakazam with Payback. T-Spike spikes for hazards. Zatu is the only remover. I beat it 1v1. Because of Payapa Berry and my Spadef investment, I take 2 Psychics. And Gunk Shot is just general stab. Mega Bro, Slack Off, Body Press, Psyshock Teleport. Slack Off for recovery. Body Press because it's a good move and it kills Obstagoon. And also fighting is really spammable, as I showed with my Hitmonlee. Fighting is just really spammable. Psyshock is for the Komodo. If it flicks Clangorous Soul, Psyshock does the most damage to it. And Teleport is for momentum. I'm not sure what the defenses are for, but regardless, I live hits from things. And that's how it is. Kartana. Choice Scarf, Beast Boost, Leaf Blade, Smart Strike, Sacred Sword. Those moves hit pretty much everything. Like especially Sacred Sword is pretty free, especially when Zatu is gone. Otherwise, like Smart Strike is also like Mudsteel is like the biggest, like Mudsteel plus Melodic plus Registeel, like the combination is really annoying because I need Leaf Blade for Melodic and Mudsteel, but it does nothing to Registeel, and like Sacred Sword doesn't do that much to Mudsteel, and like that's what could be annoying. That's where Hitmonlee comes in to break at least one of them, hopefully. Um, and yeah, that's like the idea about this team. I break with Hitmonlee and then clean up with Kartana. Um, and Tion is there to allow Hitmonlee to outspeed anything and clean that way. If I thought that was like the best course of action, if Smart Strike, for example, didn't do enough damage to everything, like if I, it's just an option. I didn't need anything else. It was either like Tailwind or Defog or something stupid like that. Um, and I have Articuno, Heavy Duty Boots, Heal Bell for Freeze or Roost U-Turn, Heal Bell for status because my opponent has a fat team and I don't want to get out status because my opponent's team can out status me a bit. Freeze Try is just good, the best stab option. It gets Roost for recovery and U-Turn for momentum. Also breaks up on Mega Alakazam. This is my Mega Alakazam. Switch. It eats 2 of any hit. Unless like maybe like Zapkitten I don't eat, but like that's like the only move I don't eat 2 of. And it's 50% accurate, so what are the odds? I hit 2 in a row, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the team. Going over to the replay. Wait. Why is it not switch? Wait. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Regardless. My thing's messed up. Got into the game. He decided to bring the Registeel, Alolan Ninetales, Mega Alakazam, Obstagoon, Bolton, and Komodo. Didn't bring the Melodic, but still thought to Gogurt or Heatmore. So a lot of the bulk is not here, which is really nice. So fighting moves look really free because the only resist is Mega Alakazam. That's not a resist to my physical fighting type moves. Also, Kartana outspeeds literally everything except Scarf Bolton, which is unlikely. So yeah, Kartana looks like the obvious win con. It just does really well here. And I just have to watch out for Zam, Komodo, and Obstagoon, and kind of Bolton too, that they don't beat me before I can beat them. So I'm gonna lead Garbodor because there is no Satu, and there's therefore no hazard removal. He might try to counter that with Mega Alakazam, but I am prepared for Mega Alakazam. So I lead the Garbodor as he does decide to Mega Evolve and try to kill my Garbodor before I can get up hazard. But I live because of Payapa Berry and I killed with Payback. Here I just go into my Mega Alakazam answer, which is Articuno, which easily takes the Shadow Ball. I'm not sure why he went. Maybe he predicted the Slowbro. I'm not sure. But probably predicted the Slowbro. I just go into my Articuno and click U-turn. If he clicks recover, I could go into Kartana, click a move pretty freely. Like there was no real fighting resist. So yeah, I just clicked U-turn, go into Gobodor on the Registeel because it's pretty free. I decided to T-Spike. Probably should have spiked instead of T-Spike, but it is what it is. T-Spike in the long run, probably not that useful against a more offensive team. Spike was probably better, but it's alright. I just decided to sack it because I don't really need it, and Articuno is not at full, but now it is at full, and I just click U-turn as he goes into the Registeel again. Like, this is a free switch into my Hitmonlee. It kills this thing. Unless I have protect and I miss, this thing is dead, and it's dead. Goes into the Ninetales, and I see Hitmonlee as pretty much useless at this point. I don't expect it to really beat anything anymore. Like, it's slower than the Sam, slower than the Bolton, slower than the Obstagoon, faster than the Komodo, but it doesn't Oko Komodo if it's like somewhat bulky. And he goes for Aurora Veil as I go for the high jump kick. Does not quite kill because of the Veil, but does a lot of damage. And I'm not sure why he switched. Like, it would have been in his best interest to just let let not guard, I don't know what he guard for, let Ninetales go down and send something in to pressure my Rotom Heat. Maybe he went into combo to pressure my Rotom Heat. I'm not entirely sure, but I had no reason to stay in to switch out my Hitmonlee because it has done its job. It's broken the wall, and now I just click I jump kick until it dies. That crit was unfortunate, but in the end, it doesn't really end up mattering too much. I don't think. Like it would have possibly killed my Hitmonlee, um, and then I just got something else to just revenge it. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. It goes into the Ninetales now and kills me off with the Moonblast, and the poison takes it down. Goes into the Bolton as I go into the Articuno. Predict, like, if we went into Zam, I didn't want to let it just come in against something and just to be a threat against it. And Kartana couldn't Oko anything behind. Well, it could Oko probably Obstagoon behind Veil and this thing too. But behind Veil, I wasn't certain that I could deal this thing and just get Fire Fang and that would kill. So I didn't want to risk that. So I went into the Articuno, like allowing me to like U-turn out on things. As he goes into Bolton, I switch into my Rotom Heat. He reveals to be Life Orb, which is honestly very good for me. He goes for the Crunch, doesn't kill me. I Volt Switch here. At this point, it's pretty much a game because Veil is gone, and I have a Scarf Katana with Sacred Sword. I just click Sacred Sword 3 times, and I win the game 4-0 against it. I think the main problem my opponent had is, first of all, not having any removal, and second of all, not really like I don't think it's my opponent prepped or played necessarily bad. He just doesn't have that good of a draft. And that's like the main issue I have. The draft just lacks, it lacks a good fighting resist. It lacks um, hazard removal. Like it just has some serious issues that I think need to be solved with free agencies before this team can really start doing well. And I forgot matchup. Oh god, fine. Matchup was in the way. I'm not gonna re-record this. Yeah. So yeah, my opponent. GG to my opponent. I am now 1-0 plus 4, and next week I am playing Hacker, another Goon, week 2, and yeah, see y'all next week's video or throughout the week with my Delta things. Bye.